You guys, so I had a dream the other night that I went to go say something and I spit a bunch of broken glass into my hand. And I posted something the other day that was like, have you ever, for anybody being targeted, have you ever experienced a gang stalking tactic in real time that actually made you think back to something that happened to you when you didn't realize you were being targeted? Because for me, in 2020, I was still living in Maine. I went to go make a sandwich, right? Got home from the gym, made a sandwich. I was gonna go to work, bit into the sandwich, and there was broken glass in the bread. I didn't notice it at first because it was that frozen Ezekiel bread, so you just take pieces out, put it in the toaster. And there was like freezer burn on it, and it was like, it had like holes in the bread, so it was like the glass was jammed in the holes, and I didn't see it. Chomped right on it, broke my tooth. I want to add, because at the time I didn't realize, I was like, oh my God, like, should I call the Ezekiel company? Obviously didn't realize I was being targeted. And it was, thinking back, it was known that I didn't have dental insurance, right? I immediately made a dentist appointment, paid out of pocket. But it wasn't until 2021 when I was in Connecticut, living with the roommate that framed me as a pedo and catfished me and did all this fucked up things, did a lot of similar things that my ex did, right? It was when I drank something that was open in my fridge, it burned my whole throat. And it wasn't until this year when I saw a true crime video of a woman whose husband poisoned her with cyanide, and they showed the cameras in their house. So she was talking to her sister and she was describing how she felt, like in her own head, trying to process thoughts after taking in the cyanide before realizing what it was. So the whole time, like when my throat burned, and it was like the same thing, like you just feel really stupid. It's like scary trying to think and not be able to think because of something that you consumed. But when that happened to me, I flashed back to me biting on the sandwich. And it just kind of, you realize like, holy shit, just because you're awakened, just because you've woken up to this targeting by a cult, secret society, right? They're doing things to drive you crazy in hopes that you off yourself, but they need to make you look crazy. And they'll go so far as to contaminate your belongings, they'll compromise your things so that it changes your physical appearance. Just wanted to share that too, because I know we've all just endured wild experiences, but that one it's like particularly embarrassing and scary, you know what I mean? To chomp on glass, spit out glass and part of my tooth, have to call out of work because I was waitressing at this job that I didn't have for very long. And it was like the owner was such a cunt. When I texted her, she texted me thinking she was texting another employee and was like, oh, Ashley broke a tooth, question mark. Can you work tonight? I don't know if I believe that. And I was like, yeah, still me, you fucking asshole. It's just wild to think back on that I was like, didn't even think somebody would have did that. You know, stick glass in my food. So like, I'm not saying that my ex was the one that did it, but after waking up to just being stabbed underneath my toenails, just the sick things that people are willing to do, again, to make an extra dollar, to publicly make you look bad unbeknownst to you, to frame you, but also have just people falsify documents to sign your rights away, for people to manipulate people in power to make it seem like you actually need a caretaker throughout life. What's wild is that was literally a month before COVID that all happened, and then I ended up getting hired at my security job at a college that following May. And that's when my whole life took the biggest heaping dump. I wanted to share this too because I feel like so many people can relate to this. Just years of covert torture, being poisoned numerous times, after being framed, set up, like, should have been offed a long time ago, but I'm still here. And I wanted to share that too for anybody that resonates with that. It's like, You just existing has people shitting themselves. You looking healthy, presentable, it's got people feeling really fucking stupid for the way that they tried to throw you away. And fuck anybody that tries to make you feel stupid for continuing to share your story.